In this review, we're going to look at the new Carnage figure from the VenomPool Build-A-Figure wave. The figure comes packaged in a standard style Marvel Legends box and the white and black motif for the Venom series. The really nice artwork of the character on each side of the box. On the back of the box, you have a nice artistic product shot on the back. A single line bio for Cletus Cassidy, multiple languages. All the figures in the wave that you need to build the VenomPool. Product information, various warnings, barcode on the bottom, Venom logo on top. In the package, you see Carnage comes with VenomPool's head, a classic Carnage head. Comes with the Knull head on the figure. Here we have Carnage in the tray. As you can see, the better look at the VenomPool head, the classic Carnage head, and the Knull face. On the back of the tray, there's a hole in the back for the tendrils to come out. Now it's time to get Carnage out of the tray. Outside the packaging, Carnage is an amazing looking figure. It's very well sculpted. You can see with the two accessories. I wish he had more. Would have loved to have some more transformed hands like on the previous Carnage figure. But the level of detail and sculpt on this figure is absolutely amazing. In the sculpt, you can see like muscle fibers throughout the body with the black tendrils all sculpted. All these black lines are sculpted. They're not just painted on like the previous version. This is a way Carnage should always be. The lines should never be painted on. They should be always sculpted on. In the skin texture, well, lack of skin, you can see the muscle fiber sculpts throughout the body. It's very well done. You have the Knull head sculpt. You see all the tendrils sculpted on top of the head as well. All the tendrils have a little spiky look to them. So I haven't read any of the storyline with this version of Carnage, but this figure-wise, it looks fantastic. Let's pop on the other head to see what it looks like on the body. Let's take a quick look at the other head before we put it on. It has the large white eyes, the sharp spiked teeth, and all the tendrils are sculpted on this head as well. The head fits onto the ball joint really easily. Oh, and the backpack is a separate piece. You can consider it an accessory. Like on a lot of Marvel Legends, there's a peg hole in the back, so you can plug this into his back for tendrils on the back, or if you don't want that, you can leave it off. To me, this is the best Carnage figure we've ever got. We've had, what, Hasbro alone, we've had, what, 3? If you're a Spider-Man fan and you like his villains and Carnage, this figure is outstanding. To me, it's miles above the previous version, which just basically uses a bucket cap with painted lines. Speaking of, let's bring that one in. This is the previous Carnage from the previous Venom series wave. We had the Monster Venom Build-A-Figure. As you can see, this one's just all the black tendrils on here are just painted onto the bucket cap body. And to me, the bucket cap body just don't suit the character as well. This is just phenomenal sculpt on this one. To me, it just seems half-assed done when they're not going to take the time to do the tendrils on the actual body itself. These are nice. Not saying this is a bad figure. It's just very once you hold this one in hand, you're like, eh. But I do wish we could have got some extra hands. Like with this one, we have had the standard claw hands, and you had these large weaponized hands, like the long fingernails and the axe blade. Would have loved to have seen these similar to these done for this new Carnage. There's also more articulation on this Carnage compared to the other one as well. The bucket cap's not inarticulated, but it lacks butterfly joints. This one has butterfly joints. With articulation, let's go ahead and take a quick look at it. The head is on a ball joint on a disc hinge, which allows for a lot of movement for up, down, full 360. You can get a little bit tilt. Disc hinge shoulders go up to here, full 360. He has butterfly joints. You can move back this far and forward this far. Not a lot of movement. Would like to see a little bit more movement in the butterfly joints. Bicep swivel, double joint elbows, hinge and swivel wrist. There's an ab crunch. In the ab section, it'd been nice we could have got the new style articulation and the new retro carded Spider-Man figure. But it's the older style ab crunch. Crunches forward really well. Back really well. Waist twist. Ball jointed hips. Kick out this wide. Thigh swivel. Double joint knees. Unfortunately, they put boot swivel in here. If it's without a boot, do not put boot swivel. I don't really see why they would have done this. It's a unique sculpt with all the tendrils. It's just ugly articulation. Why would you do this? I don't really see any purpose of reusing this body for anything with a boot or in boots. So why put a boot swivel? That is so weird. Hinged ankles, up and down, and ankle pivots, which almost feels like there's a ratchet in that. Makes me want to heat and pop that foot off, see what's going on, make it ratchet sound. You hear that? Huh. Does the other one do that? Another one does it too. The articulation on this figure is really good. But like with the boot cuts though, I'll never use those boot cuts. Of course, in Marvel Comics, Cletus no longer has legs. The Sentry ripped him in half, and he's basically a torso, and the symbiote makes up the rest of him, if that's still the case in Marvel Comics. So you could actually cut up his legs any way you want to, because they're not real. They're a part of the Carnage symbiote. With mentioning the hands, I would have loved to see alternate hands, and let's see if those other hands from the previous figure fits on this figure. This one. They won't have the black tendrils, but I just want to see how it looked. It'd be nice if they would have gave these to us if they fit. They do fit. Just makes me wish that we could have had these repainted to match this figure even more though. This looks really cool. Match with the more sinister look of this mold. Would love to have some more weaponized looking hands like these. If I had another set of these hands, I would so be like tempted to paint the extra tendrils and stuff black to make it match up with the rest of the body a little more. These little extra lines through here and there. If they paint those black, it would have looked, and gave us these hands, they would have looked amazing. Final thoughts. This is just a great looking figure. I'm not even that much of a Carnage fan, and I love this figure. The sculpt, the detail. If this is what we could get out of Marvel Legends all the time, it would be phenomenal. Instead of constantly reusing the same bodies and flat paint jobs. I love all the... I know economical, it's more feasible for them just to reuse same bodies, paint over it. At least give us some overlays, more details, new costume pieces. Because this is the level of work they can do for a $20 figure. They could do this for every $20 figure. This is just beautiful piece. Same goes for like the Build-A-Figure. The Build-A-Figure in this wave is just going to be phenomenal. I got one more figure to open up where I can finish up my VenomPool. And I'll be reviewing VenomPool once I do that. You see this on the shelf, just buy it. It's just a great piece. That's all I got to say about this one. I'll see y'all next time.